Okay, so I decided to create a bonus upload for today. Today is actually Wednesday, October 22, 2025. We are, as I say, approaching the latter part of the fall. And then before you know it, it's going to be, well, winter time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to this bonus special upload for starting a small grocery stockpile on the cheap. Is it worth trying? Well, without even telling you the items yet, absolutely yes. Now, a lot of people are saying, but I don't have any money. And I get that. A lot of people are truly in struggle. Okay. There's no no doubt, no question about that. And there are a lot of people who are not. But to say that you can't begin to start a grocery stockpile, I disagree with that. As long as you have at least 10 to 20 bucks. I'm going to mention a bunch of things, even if the person chooses one or two things to begin. Hey, you know, if you want, it's just something. So I took the time to look up online, for example, start small. See, here's the thing. Is it better to have zero stockpile of groceries in the rafters? Or is it better to at least have a small? So we start small. A lot of people get overwhelmed because people are looking at the finished product. And there is no finished product, by the way, because stockpiling groceries and things of that nature, it's a continuation thing. It's just updated, replenished, used. It's a cycle. So it's a cycle. But to get started, I think anyone could do it. So if you could obtain 20 bucks from your budget, perhaps there's something that you don't realize you've been buying a lot of that you really like need it, or is it just a want? Okay, so start small is better than not starting at all. All right. So this is just an overview of things. Now, some of the stuff you may like, some of the stuff you may not like, but I know this: when people are truly hungry, and I mean like, beyond the, gee, I feel like having a hamburger, I'll get one later today because I'm, very busy, kind of hungry, versus I'm hungry, my stomach hurts, I feel weak, I'm not well. There is an incredible difference. And I forgot to mention beans at all. So we all know that to get whatever kind of beans your family works with, start small. You could get a 1 pound bag of, or if you prefer, can. I have no problem with that because certain beans, I just obtained yesterday a bunch of cans of beans, like cannellini beans. I do like that. I get what I like. Okay. So stockpile on that. I have some black beans. Some family members enjoy that if they eat some sort of soups or salads or whatever. I like to keep certain things on hand. So I have a bunch of that, and canned fruit, but that's a separate show. All right. So let's talk about getting started on a stockpile that I believe runs less than 20 bucks. Less than 20 bucks. Okay. So a 1 pound bag of long grain rice at this moment that I researched it on this date is a whopping 92 cents. Now, all goofing aside, 92 cents. Why did I pick rice? You could do so many things with rice. It could be rice pudding. It could be rice patties, or some people make rice balls. You do them up as if it's a meatball. You could stretch your beef budget, your ground beef, and make porcupine meatballs. Ever hear of that? In the old days, they made that. You could do so many things with rice. You could have it cold in the morning, cooked ahead of time, cold in the morning with a little bit of milk and sugar and cinnamon. Yum. I have tried that. It's actually quite good. And it's a nice break. So rice stretches, rice expands. You make it from scratch. It's really not that hard. Look up all the methods. In fact, everywhere with Steve Young, I believe, has a video specifically about that. You may want to check that out. Next, a bag of elbow macaroni. Now, the Goya company, okay? I had checked this and I saw one bag of elbow macaroni, 98 cents. 98 cents. Okay. a 98 cents bag of elbow pasta. Why did I pick elbow specifically? Elbows you could do a ton of stuff with. You can make a salad with that. You can make, of course, the famous creamy, yummy macaroni and cheese with that. Or you could do what a lot of people did back in the day. They would make the elbows and make a pasta salad, or without even mayonnaise, they would just put oil and vinaigrette, and maybe add some dried Italian seasoning to that, or little cherry tomatoes if you happen to have it, or just tomato sauce, or just creamy cheese sauce on top. Elbow pasta goes far. Okay, so highly recommend elbow pasta. And for 98 cents, yeah, that's a good deal. Absolutely. Next, I checked out Chicken of the Sea. Now here's where you have some like wiggle room. Okay, now some people don't care for it. I actually prefer it. I'm crazy, I know. I prefer it over solid white. Now, when I was younger, I wouldn't dare touch anything unless it was the solid white version of tuna. And then one day I tried Italian tuna, which to me, the chunk light is very resembling of in taste and flavor to me. So I said, wait a minute, but Italian tuna is very expensive. Oh, that's very expensive. However, the regular chunk light tuna I saw at the, where was this? 4 cans, I believe it could have been Walmart, one of those. 4 cans of that for $4.48. So there's four different opportunities for $4.48 for eating. And canned stuff, you have it. It is there. It is there. You can rely upon it. It is there. Okay. I saw Great Value peanut butter. All right, their version of peanut butter is peanut butter. Okay, okay, looks like a jar of peanut butter. It's probably good. I don't have a Walmart next to me or anything of that nature, but I have tried the Great Value because someone gifted me with it, and it was good actually. It was quite good. This was a while back. But I saw the great online. I saw the Great Value peanut butter, $1.94. Think of all the things you could do with peanut butter. Okay. Now I have this crazy thing that I do. Now you probably some of you are going to go, ooh. But I liked it. I was craving it. So I made some ramen noodles, right? Okay. And I was very busy that day. I just wanted to eat something, but I was craving like like peanut sauce. Like that peanut sauce that's on some of the stuff you get from takeout. Okay, so I said, well, I'm going to do my own peanut sauce. I took 1 teaspoon of peanut butter and I integrated it into my ramen. I know that sounds crazy. I know it does. I thought I had some soy sauce, but I didn't. So unfortunately, I just had the peanut butter that melted in that. It was actually quite good. This was when I had a chicken ramen noodle night. So I bumped up the protein in that meal by just adding 1 spoon of peanut butter. And of course, you can make peanut butter and jelly, of course, sandwiches, so many of them. And of course, you could make peanut butter cookies, which is a fun snack, not only for you, but for your kids. You can keep those low carb. You could put a minor amount of real sugar, or if you don't want any sugar, you could put a sugar additive substitute, whatever you want. There's actually a recipe that just requires the peanut butter, literally, and 1 egg. Okay, and that's it. It'll make yourself peanut butter cookies very easily for in about like 9 minutes or so at 350. Hello, there are a ton of things you could do with peanut butter. You could incorporate a little bit of peanut butter, for example, if you make a chocolate layer cake, and I've done this, so I know it works. So if you make a chocolate layer cake, you could give a surprise filling with a little bit of peanut butter mixed into get some of that fluffy chocolate frosting, and you can integrate that together. And there's like that surprise element, sort of like a peanut butter filling on the inside, peanut butter chocolate filling on the inside. You have a little fun. Get creative. Don't just do the same old, same old. Don't ask me why that day I was craving peanut sauce, but it worked out. The whole thing worked out on the cheap. And by the way, there was a tremendous sale on ramen. This was on the letter A website, and I got like 24 of them, like really, really cheaply. And it's good to keep. I mean, hey, it's good to have. All right. So, canister canister of oats, okay, quick oats. The canister I saw for $2.38. I believe that was on the great value. $2.38 for a canister of oats. uh you could do a ton of things with the oats. You could cook them right in your bowl. Boil water, pour on oats, add your own cinnamon and sugar, done, with a pinch of salt or pat of butter, whatever you have. You don't have butter. If you don't have butter, you could always, like, lots of times people just want that little bit of a salty edge to it. So a pinch of salt sometimes comes in very handy. And if you ever happen to make bacon, please do not miss out on the drippings that you get from the bacon. OMG, this is what people back in the olden days relied upon for flavoring lots and lots of things and reusing in their cooking. Am I saying everything that I'm mentioning are the healthiest things? Well, which is healthier? Zero eating? Zero eating or eating something? Hello. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. All right. Invest, even if you don't think you ever need flour. Wrong. A 1 pound bag of flour can go far. I'll never forget what I did last holiday season. I believe it was a 1 pound bag, and I got so many different treats from it. You wouldn't even believe it. So invest in a 1 pound bag of flour. This is for anybody starting a beginning stockpile. And you could get that for about $2 and a half, $2.50. And hopefully now that we're in the baking season or it's coming up, whatever, you may get a better price. Okay, so these are really good things to keep. Now, I saw a great value salted butter sticks for $2.42. I mean, do I have to have the designer one from an, with that that has the word gold in it? That one is like almost $7. At this time, I'm not saying it's not delicious. Yeah, but I don't I don't know. I'm sorry. $2.42 versus almost $7 in times of need, So obviously I scratched the surface, okay? This is just scratching the surface. There's so many things that could go on to suggest, okay? And perhaps I'll do that at a later date. But the point I'm trying to make here on this bonus upload today is that you could take a $20 bill, and if you can't take a 20, can you get a 10? Can you find 10 in your budget, just to see, how it works? And in that case, especially for the, emergency stockpiles, we can have a power outage, an interruption of availability, scarcities of some certain types, whatever. We just don't know. If you're going to err on anything, I would always choose, I'm just saying me, to err on the side of caution. And we can start small. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of yourself and your amazing family. Have a great day. Thank you.